What is 83B and why it's important? 83B comes into play when a company, in most cases an early stage company, issues restricted stock to service providers for all or a portion of compensation pursuant to the terms of their equity incentives plan specifically designed for these types of equity grants. This restricted stock grant is subject to vesting, which is a key element of 83B. Vesting may be over time or by certain performance requirements. Here's where 83B timing is important. You have 30 days from the date of the grant to file for the 83B election. When you do this, you agree to pay income tax on the entire grant now instead of waiting for the stock to vest over time. You pay the fair market value of the entire grant on the grant date. This means you pay all the taxes now instead of over time, running the risk that the fair market value of the stock will rise and create a greater tax liability in the future. Here's an example of how this works. Say you were granted 50,000 shares of restricted stock on your first day of your new job. The price per share of the restricted stock on that day is $1 per share. The vesting of the stock will be completed at the end of the 2-year period following the date of the grant. If you file your 83B election within the 30-day time limit, you will pay ordinary income tax on the entire grant, which is total to $50,000. Now let's say you choose not to file your 83B in the 30-day time limit. The time comes when the vesting period is over and you now own all the stocks subject to vesting. The company you work for is accelerating rapidly and the stock you were granted is now valued at $5 per share. Well, this means you owe ordinary income tax on $250,000. Although no one will know what the future looks like, in many cases filing a timely 83B can save on your future tax bill. To utilize the 83B election, you must file a form with the IRS. If the form is not provided by your employer, you can find it Internal Revenue Code Section 83B. You can fax the form to the IRS at the location where you normally pay your personal income taxes. Contact Officio for more information regarding the 83B election.